Imagine Elon Musk became emperor, not of a company, of an entire country. He redesigns the currency, nationalizes land, renames every government department, personally approves everything. He believes he can fix society. If everyone just follows his blueprint, 14 years later, half the country is dead. This already happened. His name was Wang Mang, and he might be the closest thing ancient China ever had to an Elon Musk-style ruler. Not because they're the same person, because they share the same dangerous idea that you can reboot reality like software. Wang Mang didn't conquer China with an army. He conquered it with good PR. While other nobles threw parties and showed off their wealth, he wore cheap clothes and studied ancient books. When his uncle got sick, Wang stayed by his bedside for 3 years, never changing his clothes, barely sleeping. The public loved him. Intellectuals worshipped him. Even the emperor's mother trusted him. By the time people realized he was playing a character, it was too late. He didn't seize power, he auditioned for it. In the year 5 AD, the 13-year-old emperor suddenly died after drinking wine. Wang Mang personally served him. No investigation was ever conducted. Wang Mang cried at the funeral. Then he made himself acting emperor. But he still wasn't satisfied. He needed legitimacy. He needed heaven itself to endorse him. So he didn't wait for heaven to give him the throne, he bribed heaven. In the year 1 AD, a faraway tribe suddenly sent a white pheasant to the capital, a sacred omen in Chinese culture. What a coincidence. Rumors spread that ancient texts predicted a new dynasty would rise. Scholars discovered stone tablets with his name carved on them. Modern historians believe Wang Mang paid for all of it. He didn't hack the system, he hacked reality itself. In the year 9 AD, he officially became emperor. The entire country celebrated. They had no idea what was coming. The first thing Wang Mang did was fix the economy. Imagine waking up one morning and the government announces, the dollar is canceled. We now have 28 types of money. Gold, silver, turtle shells, cowrie shells, and 24 kinds of bronze coins. If you use the wrong one, you're exiled. If you refuse, you're executed. That's what Wang Mang did in the year 9 AD. His logic? He'd read in ancient Zhou dynasty texts that they used multiple forms of currency, so he assumed that's what made them great. A farmer tried to pay his taxes with an old coin. His family disappeared. A merchant was caught hoarding silver. He was publicly executed. Within 2 years, people stopped using money altogether. Markets shut down, trade collapsed. He tried to reboot the economy. The economy didn't restart, it crashed. People didn't trust the new money. Soon, they stopped trusting anything. 3 years into his reign, Wang Mang did something no emperor had ever dared. He abolished private property. All land in China now belonged to the state. If your family owned more than a certain amount, it was confiscated. Criticizing this policy was a crime punishable by exile. Wang Mang genuinely believed he was saving the poor. He'd read about the ancient well-field system. He thought, if it worked 3,000 years ago, it'll work now. A rich landowner bribed a local official. His land records disappeared. A poor farmer argued his land was legal. The official took it anyway. The peasants Wang Mang claimed to be saving, they got nothing. The people Wang tried to help now hated him more than the rich ever did. 3 years later, Wang Mang quietly canceled the policy. By then, millions had already lost their land. He never apologized. He just moved on to the next reform. He tried to save the farmers. He saved the landlords instead. The farmers never forgot. Neither did their children. By the year 15 AD, Wang Mang had a new idea. He was going to redesign the entire government. He renamed every official title using ancient Zhou dynasty names. Minister of War became Grand Master of Ceremonies. Governor became Shepherd. Nobody knew what those names meant anymore. He renamed every province and county in China. Some counties went years without a governor because no one knew who was supposed to be in charge. And then there's the salary issue. Officials stopped getting paid. An official stopped receiving his salary. He started selling laws. Wang Mang didn't trust his officials, so he decided to personally approve every major decision. He tried to run a country of 60 million people the way a tech CEO runs a company of 60,000. Spoiler, Countries don't have an undo button. He let Unix screen all official reports. By the year 20 AD, he'd stopped reading reports altogether. He spent his time consulting magicians and renaming things. He wanted to be the only decision maker. Eventually, there was only one problem left, and everyone knew his name. And then the Yellow River moved. Not politically, literally. In the year 11 AD, the Yellow River broke through its banks. Millions of acres of farmland were destroyed. People were starving. And Wang Mang's response? He sent officials to investigate whether the flood was caused by improper rituals. Rumors spread that Wang Mang had lost the mandate of heaven. Prophecies appeared. The Han Dynasty will return. This time, Wang Mang couldn't bribe his way out. By the year 17 AD, entire provinces were in open rebellion. Two massive peasant armies formed, the Red Eyebrows, named because they painted their foreheads red to identify each other in battle, and the Greenwood Bandits, ex-soldiers and desperate farmers. These weren't professional armies. They were starving people with nothing left to lose. The people Wang Mang tried to save with his land reforms? The people who lost everything because corrupt officials used his laws as weapons. That's the most dangerous army in history. Wang Mang panicked. He sent 420,000 soldiers to crush them, but he didn't appoint experienced generals. He appointed magicians. He gave his commanders titles like the colonel who holds the great axe to chop down withered wood. His entire army was annihilated. He appointed magicians to lead his army. The peasants appointed reality to destroy it. By this point, historians believe Wang Mang had given up. He retreated to his palace. He dyed his white hair black to look younger. He surrounded himself with 81 concubines. He stopped governing. He just waited. October 4th, 23 AD. Rebel armies breach the walls of the capital. You are Wang Mang. You are 68 years old. Your 420,000-man army is gone. Your generals are dead. Convicts you released from prison to fight have fled. You retreat to the highest floor of your palace, the Endless Palace, surrounded by 1,000 loyal guards. They fight room by room, floor by floor, retreating up twisting stairs. By late afternoon, there's nowhere left to go. A soldier named Du Wu corners you in the final room. Your head is cut off. Your body is torn apart by soldiers looking for souvenirs. A soldier cuts out your tongue. He doesn't want the emperor's last word. Your head is preserved for 272 years. Every new emperor walks past it on their first day in power. No one needs to explain why it's there. A reminder: reforming the world is easy. Surviving it is harder. Historians estimate the death toll of Wang Mang's reign at 25 million people. That's roughly half the population of China at the time. So was Wang Mang a time traveler? No. He was something more dangerous. A man who thought he could rewrite the rules because he'd read all the books. A man who thought complex problems had simple solutions. If everyone would just listen to him. A man who never asked, "What if I'm wrong?" 2,000 years later, we still have leaders who want to reboot society from scratch, who believe that if we just copy the ancient texts, or disrupt the system, or move fast and break things, utopia is one update away. The only difference? Wang Mang didn't have Twitter. If he did, we'd probably call him a visionary for a while.